So I haven't done one of these for about 2 weeks because things have been kind of crazy with society and politics and stuff right now, and talking about how we live post in a as people of faith in a post-Christian, post-church type culture is the lines are a little blurry, and I was trying to calibrate. Recently, though, I've been noticing in the aftermath of the presidential debate, and then this morning I read that Trump tested positive for COVID-19, and so recently I've been quite amazed at some of the moral outrage of those who disagree with President Trump and those who support him. It's kind of fascinating to me the way our society pushed the idea of moral relativity for so long, that your choices are yours and mine are mine, and we can both be right, and you know the only wrong was to exert one person's authority or moral ideas over another's, to kind of try and control another person, because everything was relative. And now that idea is gone, and now moral outrage reigns supreme. And I just I can remember when I was younger the way the right condemned anything and everything that wasn't traditional, and now I see the left condemning anything and everything that's not progressive enough, and it looks pretty similar to me. There is this kind of hysteria going on right now, and it's rooted in a desire to do the right thing. Um, Let me explain. Obviously, there are those who are bad actors, who are malicious, who have ideas, um, which they think will propel them to power. There are always those Machiavellian types, but by and large, the support, the foot soldiers, if you would, are true believers. They believe that they're doing the right thing. They believe that it's for the best of everyone involved. They are acting according to what is a moral good for the sake of all of our good. And so that's why they're so committed. And the problem is that anytime someone tries to exert their moral good onto another person by force, you end up with tyranny. So it doesn't matter if it's a conservative Christian group using the Bible to manipulate people to get them to do what is morally good in their eyes, or it's a bunch of progressives on Twitter trying to use the Twitter sphere to cancel somebody so as to propel forward the moral good. Either way, it's a problem. It's essentially the same tactics, just two different tools. If we want to make the world a better place, we have to think a little bigger than that. If we really want to pursue a moral good, we have to think bigger than that. We have to think more personal than that. I was listening to this talk from Elon Musk, and he was talking about how there was a moment where he only had so much money and he wasn't sure what he was gonna do. He had his two different projects, Tesla and SpaceX, and he said he was concerned that if he put money into one of them, the other would fail. If he would put his money into both of them, they both might fail. And in the end, he opted to just see what would happen. He put his money into both of them, and at the moment, they're succeeding fantastically. But he talked about how when they were looking at starting these businesses, and this is what carried them through, when they were looking at starting these businesses, they didn't ask the question, what is the area where we could make money, where we can get a huge market share and make money. The question was, what are the things that society needs, and how can we meet those needs? That's really the approach that we have to take as individuals, as people of faith, as members of the community, as people of faith who are members of the community. We have to say to ourselves, what does this community need? What can I do for this community? Because we're not going to make things better by getting hysterical about politicians, whether they say the stuff we want to hear or not. Things aren't going to get better because we vote somebody in. Mark my words, another month from now, things will not be better just because we voted. It doesn't matter which way we vote. That's not how this works. Things will get better when we commit ourselves to looking for what our community needs and committing ourselves to trying to see that come to fruition. I know Elon Musk had a ton of money, and it's easy to look at that and say, well, but I mean, he had money to burn. Well, maybe you don't have, that much money. I know I don't. But what do you have? Where can you start? Do you have 10 extra bucks a week that you can start putting back to give away, to do something fantastic with? Are you willing to make the sacrifices to say, what does my community need? I will do that. I will become that, Too many people live for themselves and they just want the government to fix everything. And so they get hysterical when they see the government or a leader in government doing things that they feel are wrong, because they're not personally invested in the things that they believe are right. So all they have is to live vicariously through that leader instead of living fully themselves. They're like children full of potential, but never actualizing that potential. They want someone else to do the great deed so that they can say, I supported that person, or I voted for that person, or that was my idea. But in reality, they remain perpetual adolescents, refusing to grow up, refusing to take responsibility, refusing to accept the consequences of their decisions, refusing to do what needs to be done because they think someone else can do it for them. We need to grow up. We need to grow up. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. So.